My first job was doing construction cleanup. I would rent a U-Haul, I'd borrow my grandfather's AMC station wagon and hook up the trailer and go to the job sites with a shovel and a broom and clean up construction debris. So Murray was my grandfather, and he's my mom's father, and Lenore was my grandmother, who both worked together in the business. My first memory of the company was my grandfather working out of an apartment in La Mesa. Our old logo, which was orange and yellow, that was just so ugly, like the old Padres colors. Well, from there, I was still in school, went through high school. In my junior year, I worked for a framing carpenter in the company, got up on roofs and nailed off sheeting and did, as a carpenter's assistant. Well, Murray was my grandfather, but he was also a leader and a teacher, and I learned a lot from him. He was very opinionated, and he would usually say something like, well, I don't agree with that, but you do what you want to do. Murray's culture was pretty strict. He had a high standard. When it came down to dealing with customers and making people happy with the work, there was no time clock. I knew I wanted to be in construction, but I didn't know how or where or when. There was a time where I was ready, and I went to my grandfather and just said, I'd really like to get in the business. I really like construction, and I'll work for free. When you feel like I have a value to the business, then you can start paying me. Officially, I took over in about 1990. I've always felt some pressure taking over Murray Lampert, taking over the business, and it was a great opportunity. And to this day, we still do a lot of things at my grandfather, his way. What we've really done here as a team at Murray Lampert is to always put the client first, to make sure we're listening and executing work the way people expect it. So my grandfather passed away in early 2000s. He did know my daughter Rachel, and I know he would be really proud how she went through college, got a degree in architecture, and now is the director of design with our company.
So my first memory of Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel, I think I was probably 5 or 6, and I remember sitting on the floor in my parents' offices and having our Legos set out and designing homes. It was in 2006 that I started working for the company and answering phones. And then from there I started doing drafting and then designing and then managing the design department. And now I do a lot from the start to even all the way through the process. I'm involved.
I have to say, being a family business and having my daughter working next to me, we really don't have any problems. We work well together, we respect each other, and we feed off each other.
I love working with my dad. Working in a family business, I think we make it look easy. We both have a lot of ideas, and that's really exciting. One of the things I really love about my dad is how open-minded he is. He's so open to change. Sometimes the fact that we have so many great ideas, that can be challenging.
I still feel a responsibility to my grandfather Murray today to maintain the reputation that was built for so many years, and to make sure that customers get everything they were sold.
So as the great-granddaughter of Murray Lampert, you might think that I have a lot of pressure and there's a lot to live up to. And when I think of what my great-grandfather Murray would think of me, I hope he'd be proud. I know my great-grandfather would be so proud of my dad and just what he's done with the company since he's taken over. And I just hope I can do the same and make my dad proud.
10 or 20 years down the line, I just want to see Murray Lampert maintain the same reputation we have and just be a name that's respected.
Sometimes I'm asked if I am going to take over the company one day, something that I'm already 4 years into, working here full time, and I'm still excited to do it every single day. But we'll see.
Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel is a company with strong family history and is a great example of the type of pro you can connect with at ApprovedHomePros.com. Greg, it was great to see the story of Murray Lampert and your founding, and also with Rachel, your daughter. It was just great to see that the pride and I think the pressure you guys feel to keep that up?
The pressure's good. I mean, it keeps us on our toes, but I'm very proud of Rachel, who's the 4th generation, and I mean, we have a legacy to continue.
Yeah, you do have a legacy, and it's a strong name in the community. And that pride and that pressure, I think, is also something that continues into the Approved Home Pro network with all of our pros, because you're kind of, as one of the founders of the network, you're the archetype, you're the model on which other companies in the network are kind of built, the kind of companies we want.
And I really appreciate being part of the network, and I think it's great that you came up with a warranty that really has a lot of teeth.
Yeah, our Approved Home Pro guarantee of satisfaction is, I think, one of the most important things that we've done in recent times. You know, we've always helped any consumer that ever has an area of dissatisfaction. Is very, very rare, but help them work through it. So we decided to just take that and let people know and officially make it a guarantee. So anybody out there that uses a pro is guaranteed to be satisfied with their purchase.
And I know all the pros will embrace this warranty, this guarantee, because we all live by the high standards. So it's really kind of a no-brainer.
So the pressure, it really isn't that much pressure, because there's no fear you have in us stepping out and saying we guarantee that somebody's going to be satisfied when they use Murray Lampert.
None whatsoever.
And I think all of our pros are really that same kind of a thing, because they all live up to those high standards. Now, the guarantee is pretty simple. It's somebody, if they use an Approved Home Pro and they have to get a hold of them through ApprovedHomePros.com or one of the phone numbers we provide, they are going to be guaranteed to be satisfied with their purchase, or we'll step in to help make it right.
And what national list offers that?
Yeah, none of the other referral companies or lists or referral services offer that. The only detail really is, if something goes wrong, you have to work with the pro to make sure that you work within their systems to try and help make it right, because the pros are really going to help make it right themselves.
And I'm very confident that the pros are going to make it right, and so the homeowner has nothing really to worry about.
But they have that extra level of assuredness that we're going to stand behind it at Approved Home Pros. Thanks, Greg. All the details are at ApprovedHomePros.com. Now, it's time for the quick tip of the week.